Hello everyone! How are we doing? We're back. It's been a couple weeks. I meant to stream last week, and then I got sick. Like very sick, and I'm still a little sick, but we're making do, we're making do. We're back. With the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Hope everyone's doing good. We're on to episode 3. New episode. The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century,
I keep forgetting this voice acting.
Of a certain bitter winter.
I'm not used to it.
A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself.
Interesting.
However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. I, friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes,
Hey.
once said of the incident, I believe that perhaps that case
That's-
was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Interesting. Yay! Animated. I love the animation in this game.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
I can't believe they're British.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I like the outfits. Cute. Brian's Coco.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Wow.
Where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
Wherever? For
In that
free?
case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And
This is so
welcome
cute.
to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
London. That was cute. Oh, this is sick. What the hell? Look at the gears. That's cool. 18th of February, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. What an incredible place.
It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating.
And this place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress.
There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact. Wouldn't you agree?
A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again?
This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain.
Lord Chief Justice.
We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan.
But Kazuma can't. But Kazuma can't.
No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity, as envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death.
Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan?
If we want to remain here in Great Britain,
I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour.
yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer.
Which is what I've been studying for. This is the recap of what you've missed in the time skip.
Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London.
Hope I'm up to scratch. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. I don't know who this is. Lord Chief Justice? Oh, hello. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. Oh, Ryu. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Look at him. Look at his beard. And mutton chops. And hair. Wow.
Come on, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yes. Thank you. Alright, let's converse. London. So what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, help. I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city.
It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo?
So splendid. Oh? That's all? You only think it's splendid?
We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost at a loss for words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded.
Oh yes, astounded is the word.
Thanks for saving me there, Suzato-san.
And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes, there's much excitement about the upcoming Great Expedition we'll be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Oh. Cultural and technological advancements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop.
Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be.
Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Law student. Recognize me as a lawyer. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Osoji, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed the full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honor this appointment specifically to inform me of the news?
Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person.
They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed.
If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart.
What do you have to say, madam?
It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal.
Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, this is it then. A moment of truth.
Let me be a lawyer, please.
The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead? Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see this tour go ahead, but without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Isoji. At least, that's what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man.
Mr. Naruhodo.
I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Actually, there's no one. It's Miss Susato. It's me, hi. It's me, hi. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? Yes? I mean, I don't have any... Don't say that! Why would you say that? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I studied really good, and I did that one trial that one time. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Buria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. Okay, good. I'm glad the lawyers here are upheld to some standards. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Soji's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement then, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Wonder if you can actually time that to be 31 seconds. Which is a skill that would stand you in a good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks? So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Soji planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Hey! Let's get that test. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Hell yeah, let's do it. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. Oh, that's crazy timing, okay. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today?
Straight away?
If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? Ugh, how do I get myself into these situations?
Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart?
Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial. Because of course it's a murder trial. Why wouldn't it be a murder trial?
A murder?
An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case. If the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Oh my god. Yeah, just so you know, just a few high stakes. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based Introduction to British Law.
We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life.
I'm the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? Does the guy not already have a lawyer? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Soji. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Of course, yeah. What do I say? No, and then the game ends? Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. For you. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, that's it? Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Aw, man. Dude, just say you can do it. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance.
Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but what could I do?
It's alright. I understand.
You do?
It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Oh! Get him, Susato. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Miss Susato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. Yeah, get him! I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they'll have to fight to prove their innocence. Let's go, Ryu! No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Oh my god! He's tearing him apart! Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. Oh. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. Oh. That's insane. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful. But that is the truth.
Why does it have to be like this? We should change things.
Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope. So, what do you say now, madam?
Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve.
Oh.
Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves.
He's gone.
The Old Bailey.
If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once.
What should we do? Miss Susato, can I just ask you something? She's gonna hit me.
Careful. From this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant.
I know.
Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will.
You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom.
If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey.
Okay. Let's go. London's highest criminal court with an illustrious past, the Old Bailey. This is where I'm to take my test and prove my worthiness as a lawyer. If we hurry and catch a cab, we may just make it to the courthouse on time.
Oh, thank goodness. We're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins.
I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose.
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die and we had to pay gold for the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Yes, I suppose there's that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all.
There was never a defendant. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Jacksepticeye? We're defending Jacksepticeye? Top of the morning to you, madam. Sir. That's not Jacksepticeye. What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at the expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all wall in a strange faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now.
1,000 guineas?
Please, Mrs. Zato, you don't have to shout.
But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo.
What?
'Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over.
Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Oh! Ah! That hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it, yeah, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. Trial's about to begin, you see. After me, good self here. I'll be on the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up.
I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial?
Obviously, says Otto. Bluster and blazed, do yous? Do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names. No, sorry. You've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there's the centre of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry? A park? What? It's called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did.
Ah, an entire park? In central London?
A city of smiles. That's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its square of old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now they've the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Alright, don't pass out.
Mr. Naruhodo, perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath.
Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? That's what I was actually wondering. Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well, no. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? What? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baroque von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor.
The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper?
When von Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. Oh, snap. That's actually insane. What? What? So it's reached a desperate situation, where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's the living legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness. Lord Baroque von Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor, then.
Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial's about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up me mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? You defended yourself. But then you made an appearance. Student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him.
Mr. Naruhodo.
The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. So the Chief Justice sent us to this case and said it was going to be an easy one against a prosecutor who dooms all defense attorneys. That's cool, yeah. Where is the judge? Oh! Oh! So this is the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. Its judge is... or something. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan.
It feels both imposing and serene
Or it's a jury or something. Here we go, in the British court!
It feels so imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, what? Oh, he's so anxious.
Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again.
I know, but I just can't help it. Oh! Oh, there's a judge. Oh! So that must be like the jury. Interesting. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Yay! Instead of having one judge, technically you have 7! Yay! We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Ooh, what voice do I give Van Zeeks? The prosecution is fully prepared. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. He looks like a vampire. Counsel for the defense. You appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Those eyes please me. Nipponese. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Oh no, he called us a sacrificial lamb! Ugh, a cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? Hey! As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if this fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? I like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen to Mr. McGilded. What a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please may we go and play in McGilded Park?
It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded.
That's definitely welcome news. And he certainly has a way with words. It's rare that the audience is on our side. Armband. An armband I inherited from Kazuma. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. And our people. Suzato, yeah. Male strong heart 52. The Lord Chief Justice who wields absolute authority in judicial matters, including the appointment of lawyers. He's a thoroughly intimidating man. The audience are like, ooh, shiny toy. The defendant in this case, 48. He's an incredibly wealthy philanthropist with a wonderful reputation in London. I'm to defend him as a test of my worthiness to become a lawyer. And Van Zeeks, 32. A prosecutor known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Supposedly the souls of those he prosecutes are eternally damned one way or another. Oof. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, in most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public eye have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Oh, it's so cool to have a jury. Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
And at the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Any criminals here will be soon wishing they never set eyes on me. Alright, thanks. Oh, I feel a chill. Thanks.
Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, those people are...
The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet.
That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view.
But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict?
That I don't know, but I'm sure it'll become clear as the trial progresses.
Yes. Prosecutor Van Zeeks. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback?
Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo.
As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. Sorry? Thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. A report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner. It gives the cause of death as internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. Ooh. Photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife in his abdomen is clearly visible, but his face is partly obscured from view by an old cricket hat. That's gonna be important. They wouldn't list that out if his face being obscured isn't important. Thrice-fired mason, 54. The victim, a skilled but poor brickmaker who lived in the East End. And then our picture. Interesting. And our autopsy report. Yeah, stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. 15th of February, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's a mystery person. One further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord! Is that blood, counsel? Blood in my courtroom? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. Ah. What? Mr. McGilden's gloves had blood on them? Uh-oh. Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded. So it's gonna be the driver. That's the killer. Got it. Well, rather damning circumstances, to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Ooh. Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Little so it is, and when I opened my eyes again, it was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in me life. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. So the blood got onto the gloves then after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it? There were multiple witnesses. How? How were there multiple witnesses? To the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Order! 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 When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, Counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents. Lady First. That's funny. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir, that's right, sir. Very well, then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Alright. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged the knife right into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too. Okay. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? Thank you. There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations were a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? Well, no. We, only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is. What? Do you mean? The actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes. The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff? Bring forth the stricken omnibus. Ah, I see. They were up on top, I'm assuming? So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses. It can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows. Mad that they managed to move it into the courtroom. Like, how did that fit through the door? That the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. The skylight? Oh. The penny drops at last, I see. I think in the back, the huge doors. True. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Well, that makes perfect sense. Does it? Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Very well. I see no reason why not. The omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. Alright. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence?
Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary.
I could help myself a lot by giving the omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Okay. Wait a minute! Now hold on a second. My man's not even born yet. What do you mean, Phoenix Wright Omnibus? What the heck? Interesting. The man, the myth, the legend. I can't believe he was named after an omnibus.
So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here.
So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them? And they have to pay money to do so?
Brr. I can't imagine how cold it must feel.
That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment?
Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late.
You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly.
That's not good for us. Oops. Anything else? Nope. Already did that.
Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we?
The scene of a murder. It's horrible. Okay. It's blood. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victim's, obviously.
Yes, and that seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck.
Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? No, of course not.
Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight?
Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. The seat looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. And only just wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really.
Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here.
A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? The seat has a handle, it seems. Oh, stuff could be hidden inside, I see. This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running.
Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. So it's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems.
There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow their luggage, that's for sure.
Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway.
Okay. That's a poster for the Great Exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition.
Ooh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event.
Alright. Anything else? That's supposed to... yeah, okay.
Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside then.
Alright. I think that's all for now. Let us continue with the proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray, don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of British courts' cross-examination rights. Alright. My first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus.
Hold it!
And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the roof. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. Oh, you can look around at everyone. There was a lamp on inside, so it had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anybody else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There is no room for doubt here. Ugh, I really wish there was. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
Hold it!
You actually saw the exact moment it happened. Didn't I already testify to that? Or are fair dinkum, hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail if that's... My lord. Juror number 3. What's the meaning of this? You're not supposed to talk. My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? Oh, I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. So you're biased. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. Boy. Boy! You're supposed to be unbiased. You're not supposed to be on the jury with bias. What the? Oh, it scales. That's cool. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. That is precisely what I was about to say. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on! As the foreman of the jury, it is my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Dude! We just started! What is happening here?
Let me see. Yes, it seems as how the members of the jury give their verdicts.
With fire?
Apparently, yes, white for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice as we saw a moment ago.
So if those enormous scales fall completely into the black side, does that mean...
Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Oh, shall I? This is a nightmare. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
Hold it!
He stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you?
Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats.
I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'd been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absentmindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly, that huge great knife. A grim sight indeed. That didn't help me at all. The jury looked like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before.
That appears to have made everyone even more dubious than Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First. Oh, yes. Yes, sir? Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that? Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. That is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. M. The letter M. Yep. Which seems oddly familiar. What if it's like a W? Or M for Mason. Ugh. Please no. M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
But there are M's everywhere! Like, yes, like in Mason. Hey, that's what I said.
Objection!
Oh, objection. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. Hey, don't judge. No, this weapon and murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Ugh. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. A largest knife that was found lodged in the victim's abdomen. Its quality and fancy ornamentation suggest it must be quite valuable.
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2, go on.
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However...
No! Don't do it!
Those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Wait, what are you about to do?
Dispose of the rubbish.
Oh no! What the heck? We've not even done anything. No.
I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
No, don't do it. We're already outnumbered.
I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in position to draw the only logical conclusion.
What the? Not again.
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed the guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
We've had it. The court loves fire. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse.
Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark.
I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back.
But... Alright. I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus and then I saw it too.
Hold it!
What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor he was. And by the passenger, obviously you're referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the other passenger that had a knife in his hand, like this. By the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused Mr. Magnus McGilded. And then he plunged it down like this, so stabbing the other passenger in the belly. Okay. What? Order! Order! It is hard to believe that one of London's greatest philanthropists, but this is damning indeed. The law knows no philanthropist, my lord, only the innocent and the guilty. Good deeds mean nothing when overshadowed by evil. The truth is everything. Couldn't agree more, sir. The truth. Alright, so when it happened, the only 2 people in the enclosed cabin were the victim and the defendant. And so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed.
I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here.
What am I supposed to think here? Is Mr. McGilded really innocent? Or could it be...
Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witness statements again. A little more carefully this time. Okay. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir, that's right, sir, yes. Ever so cold it was. Freezing, in fact. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time. Is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same part of the bus, of course. No. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. So nobody fled the scene of the crime then. I have to say the boss insists on it running, he does. Every evening, that last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spent that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again. I just can't believe it, sir. Can't believe it. I'm a murder on my own bus. It's too awful to think about. I haven't been able to shake this cold ever since it happened. No! My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. Don't do it, then the only one will be the grandma. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. No! But I've heard enough now. The horse is bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind for a little long. Gee up now, Silverblaze, the finish is in sight. Ow. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. It's just the grandma. Madam Juror number 6. Yes, dear. What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand. Oh yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. A gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely. Mother, maybe go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books. How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? Oh no. What kind of a man is he? The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows! McGilded leans money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He's a vulture that preys on the weak. Oh my gosh, really? Rich people in these games normally have dark ties. Yeah. Man. I've never heard any mention of that before. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? Ooh. What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that... The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. Oh no. Hello, Reverse. Hey, thank you for the hydrate. Imposter check. What's good? What's good? But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. His life. Damn. Been a little active, but I'm seeing the channel doing well. Congrats on that. Thank you. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded. I don't believe it.
If I might add something briefly.
Miss Susato?
You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim?
Thank you, Susato. Oh. Okay. Slay. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. When is this game taking place again? 1800s? I think it's the 1800s, I want to say. Because that dude really hit the 1945 pose a few seconds ago. Aha. There it is. Lord Van Zeeks' hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I'd heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but they didn't expect to experience it myself. Oh, Susato beat him.
As judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh.
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. A catalog of people who borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim who owed 20 guineas. Dude's holding the wine. Has he tried cranberry juice before? This game does take place before scientific investigations were a thing, as well as the death penalty being a thing. Yeah. Ah, yes. 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry.
Oh dear. Do you really think we ought to look inside?
Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps? Actually, I wonder.
I assure you, we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside.
Well, let's see what we can find. If it says Herlock Sholmes, that'd be really funny. Awesome. I can't read this. Read it for me.
Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it?
Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off.
Oh, goodness.
What is it?
Look at this! Do you see the name here?
His name isn't there. Plot twist. Bruce Fairplay. Oh! The witness! Ooh, that's interesting. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. It's the witness! One of them. The middle one.
Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment.
Oh, yes, of course. The banker. Why is his name in here? So he has reason to frame McGilden. Got it. Oh, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. Oh.
It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information.
Among the defendants listed of debtors is Bruce Fairplay, who would have been due to repay his loan imminently. We got evidence. Your birthday's today? Happy birthday! And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Well, it would seem I've... Of course! Happy birthday! I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Oh no, she's gonna hit the fire. Regrettably, madam, this is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel! Still... No, don't do it! Maybe it's all for the best. Oh. Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before. I don't stand for nonsense. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Oh no. That was it. The last juror's decision. Susanna, please.
According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence.
Oof. If the granny is against you, you are cooked.
That's what it says here.
Yeah. The final verdict. It's over then.
Oh. There's a footnote, though.
A footnote?
However, the defense...
No, let her talk! All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Today you're 29. Happy birthday! Hey, Reverse! Thank you for the sub with Prime! Thank you.
I appreciate it. Wow.
Yeah, we reached the sub goal! Let's go! Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. Fortnite Battle Pass. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Miss Susato, just tell me one thing.
Oh, yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next?
Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point.
Summation? Examination?
Objection!
Oh. Hey, we have a right to it, whatever it is. A summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck.
Oh,
The little moving up of his armband. What even is it, Mrs. Otto? This so-called summation examination.
oh, one moment and I'll read about it.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails? Typical Nipponese. Hey! Stop it!
Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury.
To do what exactly?
Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed.
Make them reverse their decisions? Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. But I want to try. I have no self-respect.
Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being
Formally revoked. Get him, Susato! This is why you're the GOAT! What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that, although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct.
Hell yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Yes, of course we're asserting our right. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. I'm wondering which girl character is better, the one in this game or the one in the other game series we watched. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with a summation examination. Yeah! One's really smart and one's smart but goofy. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Huh? Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. What grounds? We're gonna get that guy who is completely biased. We're gonna get him to reverse it, because he was biased because he was rich. Like, you can't do that. Said this is madness. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
This guy, we're gonna get him to reverse it. I don't really hold with all this justifying lock. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. They all are paid actors.
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we're looking for to turn this trial around. Wait, they technically are. So, wait, so what's happened in this episode? Ryusuke, the character we play as, wants to be a lawyer to help with the study tour. So he went to the Lord Chief Justice, and he was like, what do I do to become a lawyer? Well, you have to take on this trial that's about to happen in 15 minutes, or else the guy will be sentenced to death. So we rushed here, and there's been a murder in an omnibus. And all the jury is like, yep, he's guilty. Yep, he's guilty. And Kazuma used the move substitute. It's super effective. Yes, that happened. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime. Alright. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Okay.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He stuck the chap next to him like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
We have simply typed and collided all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. Okay?
The scoundrel stabbing the poor man on the floor. It beggars belief.
I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their mind. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
Oh? I thought I was gonna have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of game mechanic. Once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says.
But then...
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
What on earth am I supposed to do?
Dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright, sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work, then?
Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments.
What do you mean?
Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
And that's the way to break them down, you mean?
Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other.
Okay, that's cool. I like all the new mechanics this game has. I see, so it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination.
Oh, yes, I suppose you're right.
Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I may be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off! Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Defense's rebuttal. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen. I have simply typed and collided all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. Yeah, she's not gonna be helpful. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence in years. That's... I think I know where that's going. The scoundrel stabbing the poor man on the floor at Beggar's Belief. That didn't happen. You... And... You, because you said 20 pence, you said 4 pence.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. They do. Explain yourself, counsel.
Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
I swear on Silver Blaze's maiden name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. His little pacing is so cute. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. Thank you for the lurk. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is. A very convenient single price. Just the way London carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man, why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication...
Huh. It would be 16 pence.
Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. There was another person! The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. More precisely, 1 person's fare. There was another person! 1 person's fare. Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, once and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end?
Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales.
Oh, just casual. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. What do you have to go in? Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo! Yeah, we got one! We tipped the scales! Oh, this is all very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same.
Yay! For the love of Mike, not you as well.
A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue.
2 more. Actually, there is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Like that lady who said he was stabbed on the floor.
Then that's where you must strike next.
That's why I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's a contradiction in their assertions.
Exactly. You can do it.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavily on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination.
I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I should like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeper has to say for himself.
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Okay. He struck the chap next to him like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen. I split yeah, she's not helpful. Good. Beppo, this trial has to continue so I can get to the bottom of this corruption. Not guilty, I say. The scoundrel stabbing the poor man on the floor. Beggars believe. Yep. Her and him.
Objection!
These 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. Oh, dearie me. I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they all allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Oh. Now, don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. But I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. Yay! The scales. I don't believe it. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors, I warn you. You cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. Oh my god. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Right? Answer me this, Doc Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? Because they're lying. What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again. But it wasn't he only stabbed once? Single stab wound, yep. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm? Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. They're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Could the 2 witnesses see 2 different moments of the same crime? No. It is 1 stab. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you duck, Jinx? Come on out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What are you talking about, man? How could you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. Looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. It's proven by the autopsy report.
Take that!
Take that! Single stab wound. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Alright. I concede defeat. Hey. Yay! Alright, he's innocent. Let's go home. Wait. That means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won! What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Oh my god, what an animation. Please tell me he's a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to educate, and the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Yay! We've done it! So, Lord Van Zieks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Boy! Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zieks? Is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Ooh. There they are. This music's good. This is a good soundtrack. Witnesses, I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Yes, sir, I heard it. You, sir, are on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you'll be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Mio Dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the stream today. We're gonna raid the lovely Volbos Blossom and send her some love. Lovely friend of mine. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. It's been so much fun. I can't wait to be back again soon. Hopefully I stop getting sick so it's easier to stream. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back again soon with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which I still have no idea what I'm going to do when I run out of Ace Attorney. It feels like it's impossible to happen. Yeah, sending you off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.